I grew up in a Christ-centered home where we all had good relationships with each other. For many years, my mom and dad served the Lord, and my sister and I were very proud of them. At 6 years old, it was my dad who shared the gospel to me and was by my side as I accepted Jesus into my life. Growing up, when I had difficult questions or hardships, he always made time to talk to me. He treated my mom with honor and taught me leadership. Because of the love at home, I was encouraged to grow in the Lord as I got older. In the latter half of 2023, life was going well, and no one could expect it to go down all of a sudden. But as it is written in the Proverbs, many are the plans in the mind of a man, but it is the Lord's plans that prevail. That Tuesday of September 19 of 2023, Dad had a heart attack, and Mom and Yaya rushed him to the hospital immediately, leaving me and my sister at home. We prayed continuously, believing the Lord can save our dad because he is sovereign. But the Lord told me the time has come and it was time for me to step up in faith. I stayed out on our balcony singing hymns of worship, waiting for Mom to arrive and waiting on a miracle from the Lord. But sometimes, God's way is beyond what we can comprehend. When Mom came home that evening, she only confirmed the news that was hard to take in. She hugged us tightly at the door and held us close. And in a whisper, she told us, "Daddy went to heaven." That four-word sentence shook me to the core. I didn't understand. I was in complete denial. My world was turned upside down. I only know these things happening to other families, never having thought it would happen to my own, especially since my dad was young and I was only 15 at the time. A rush of emotions swept over me. I couldn't feel anything for a minute. Then, seeing my mom and sister grieving in our living room, I joined them as I couldn't hold back the tears. I was filled with tears of grief, anxiety, and also anger. For a moment, I was angry at God. How could He take Dad away? Our family needs Him. I needed Him. But at that moment, I felt the power of the Holy Spirit, and He reminded me that He is still sovereign in all things. The blessing of having a great dad was from Him. It wasn't right for me to be angry at God. As I was crying, I was learning to see that in whatever comes to pass, the Lord has a plan in all that happens. This will not be used in vain. In the funeral and even after, I kept telling myself that somewhere, someday, I will find the purpose in all that happened. Even as my mom would quote the verse, "To live is Christ, to die is gain." Dad is the gain, and we continue to live for Christ. But that was only the beginning of the difficult grief journey. There was immense pain. There were many ups and downs, triggers, and mistakes made. Without realizing it, I started isolating and distancing myself emotionally from my family and friends. I tried acting like everything was okay and distracted myself with coping mechanisms so I don't see how much I'm hurting. I didn't know that the more I denied the pain and isolated myself, the more my heart ran empty of love and connection, most especially God's love. There came a point where I couldn't stand it anymore. I continuously made wrong decisions, hurt those who I love, and I began neglecting myself. Finally, one night as I tried to pray, there came a point where I cried to the Lord in honesty, letting go of my pride and admitting I'm tired of pretending I'm strong when I'm not. In that moment, He met with me and told me to let go of my fears. That's when I felt God's embrace. I then felt His love fix and heal all the broken parts of me I didn't know was broken. He filled all the empty parts of my heart with love, and I realized His love was there with me all along. I finally understood what it meant to be loved unconditionally. I began reading my Bible consistently. This time, I wanted God to be involved in every part of my life. As I read His Word, He started changing my thought patterns to abide in Him. And the more I abide in Him and sought Him for who He is, and not from what I can get from Him, the more I saw Him move in my life. My relationship with my loved ones was fixed, and He gave me opportunities to minister to my friends about His love. He also gave me an opportunity to share His love as a volunteer worker in Next Gen, as a squad leader to younger kids. Now, I feel the Lord so close to me as never before. I'm never alone because He is always with me. That's why a couple weeks ago, in one of our times of reflection, I told my mom, I don't feel fatherless at all because God Himself is my Father. The Lord was and is my Father from the start to this day, till the end, and forevermore. My name is Maharlika Eleria, forever the daughter of the King of Kings. To Him be all the glory.